Welcome, my friends, to the first episode of whatever this is. My set is not in front of a cool shelf full of VHS tapes, film props, and laser discs. I have sensory issues, so I like to decorate as little as possible and listen to white noise of rain and lo-fi hip-hop to chill to. My favorite show is The Office USA, which should tell you something about me. I'm a calm person, and clearly this implies neurodivergence, the specifics of which do not belong in this introduction. In case you have not noticed yet, I'm a trans woman. Maybe this makes you a bit uncomfortable or a bit excited, but I want you to know I put my pink kitty collar on with two hands just like the rest of you. I am every woman. Okay, now that you literally know everything about me, let's start the show. This isn't titled yet, so it's not really a show. More of a video of me reading a very long tweet. On with the show of telling you what I saw at the show. The cast of characters introduced in Ghostbusters Afterlife moved to New York City and joined forces with Winston and Ray, and moved back into the fire department, turned ghostbusting department that we all know and love. The Hell's Kitchen sewer dragon leads the party on a car chase, and it is classic ghostbusting at its finest. Phoebe plays chess with Melody, a lesbian-coded ghost, and they have a really great teen lesbian chess bromance. Really, Melody sold me on this whole film, you see. I do believe in spooks. I don't know if ghosts exist for a fact, but I do believe in ghosts to an extent. So those stories always seem kind of off to me. Despite being one of the best films of all time, Ghostbusters suffers from a fatal flaw, demonizing ghosts. The sequels may have softened a bit. The last one had Egon return as a Force ghost, but a Ghostbuster returning as a Jedi angel really is about the opposite, as establishing that an ordinary person can die, become a ghost, without becoming an evil monster or a menace. I mean, Slimer had a weird green butt and is really gross is like his whole deal, and yet he was the poster boy for good guy ghosts since the 1980s? Something is wrong here. Bustin' is bad, and you should feel bad for bustin'. Yeah, maybe I'm playing devil's advocate, but someone has to do it. All these innocent ghosts rounded up in ghost jail by ghost cops makes me sick just thinking about it. So anyway, Melody is a ghost who very much is both a human and a good person and looks like a classic ghost. Not an 80s monster, and she is absolutely queer-coded and having a 2010s Disney-level understated queer romance with Phoebe. And it not only makes the movie, everything she represents is damn near single-handedly enough to put this film over the top as the best in the Ghostbusters franchise. Ray, Phoebe, and podcast roll up to Dr. Hubert Watsky, played by Patton Oswalt. Out of the many old white dudes in this movie, this is probably the coolest one, don't get me wrong. I came for the fan service, and Bill Murray being problematic just like the old days, albeit in a very watered-down form, was charming and warmed my heart. Patton Oswalt loves to jump into a classic franchise and go up to his elbows in self-awareness, tempered with comedic panache. He makes foreshadowing an ancient and kind of interesting evil baddie seem fun and funny, and let's be honest, exposition gets a hell of a bad rap, but it can be dull, and this scene is not. Patton has no notes on ripping the big bad evil guy's horns off, and I have no notes on Patton. His performance is 5-star, generally speaking. Winston Zeddemore, played by Ernie Hudson, is phenomenal as always. Ernie Hudson is one of my favorite actors and plays his best role in my favorite film of all time, Congo. He played Captain Monroe Kelly and was intended as a role reversal of the great white hunter trope. He has gone on record as saying this is the part he wants most to reprise, and when he did, I went bananas. Because I am obsessed with not just Congo, but Planet of the Apes, King Kong, Donkey Kong Country, I Love Monkey Media, Any Which Way But Loose, Dunstan, Checks In, you name it. No, I'm not joking. My film collection is small, but I have every Planet of the Apes Blu-ray and Congo, of course, so believe the hype. Melody tricks Phoebe into freeing Garaka by turning her into a ghost, and then the ghost is controlled by Garaka and it forces Phoebe's body to recite the mumbo-jumbo needed. It's the part of the rom-com where the lesbian chess nerd ghost stabs teen lesbian ghost cop in the back and unleashes the big bad evil guy of an epic Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. It's okay, Garaka stabs Melody in the back, so then Melody uses her binding object to burn him, releasing her binding to Earth and freeing her, back to her family that got horrifically burned alive. But before that tasty moment, Garaka unleashes all the ghosts to ever ghost in the history of ghosting, so number 3 of the revival series will have the most fan service yet. 5 out of 5. Damn, it feels good to be a Ghostbuster. That's a reference to a rap pop. Something is wrong here. Bustin' is bad, and bustin' should make you feel bad. But Patton Oswalt loves to jump into a classic franchise and go up to his elbows in self-awareness Believe this shit? He wrote this.